Seniors, there are a few gentle things you can do each night that may help support your muscles while you sleep. Aging doesn't have to mean feeling weak or losing strength. Let me share something thoughtful with you. A naturopath named Amelia keeps a very special photograph on her phone, one she quietly shows to many older patients who visit her clinic looking for simple ways to stay healthy, active, and independent as the years go by. In this photograph, there are two 80-year-old women standing side by side, but their physical realities could not be more drastically different from one another. The first woman in the picture looks incredibly frail, her posture hunched over as she leans heavily on a walker, her face etched with the exhaustion of someone for whom taking a single step is a monumental, painful struggle, living a life that feels like a life sentence of physical limitation. The second woman, however, is standing tall, her posture absolutely perfect, a vibrant smile across her face as she effortlessly hoists a heavy bag of gardening soil over her shoulder, radiating a sense of total freedom and robust independence. When Amelia shows this photograph to her patients, they are always completely shocked by the stark contrast and immediately ask what genetic lottery the second woman won, or what expensive medical treatments she has access to that the first woman does not. Amelia simply smiles and reveals the brilliant truth. The difference between these two women has absolutely nothing to do with genetics, wealth, or luck, but rather, it comes down to a few simple, highly specific habits performed every single night before going to bed. The frail woman spent her evenings sitting perfectly still, eating nothing, and letting a hidden enemy slowly devour her physical strength, while the vibrant woman actively engaged in specific nighttime routines designed to nourish, protect, and rebuild her body while she slept. This hidden enemy that Amelia warns about is a devastating biological process known as sarcopenia, which is the age-related loss of muscle mass, strength, and function, a condition that slowly and silently strips away your physical capabilities year after year without you even realizing it until it is too late. The scariest part of getting older is not the appearance of wrinkles or gray hair. It is the very real fear of becoming a burden to your family, the constant, gnawing anxiety over sudden falls, and the dread of unexpected hospital visits that can instantly rob you of your autonomy. Sarcopenia accelerates this decline, but what most people simply do not understand is that the vast majority of this muscle deterioration actually happens at night while you are fast asleep, due to a destructive metabolic state called catabolism. When you sleep, your body enters a fasting state, and because it still requires energy to maintain essential functions like breathing, pumping blood, and repairing cellular damage, it desperately searches for a source of fuel. If your bloodstream lacks the necessary nutrients and amino acids during these long overnight hours, your body will literally begin to cannibalize its own muscle tissue, breaking down the very fibers that keep you strong and balanced just to keep your vital organs running. This means that every single night you go to sleep without taking protective measures, you are actively losing muscle mass, waking up slightly weaker, slightly more fragile, and slightly closer to losing your cherished independence than you were the day before. But here is the incredibly comforting and empowering news. You have the power to stop this nightly muscle theft. You can fight back against catabolism, and you do not need expensive pharmaceutical treatments or exhausting gym routines to do it. By adopting 5 simple, budget-friendly, and highly effective night habits, you can completely change your body's overnight environment, transforming it from a state of muscle breakdown into a state of powerful healing, triggering muscle protein synthesis, and waking up stronger every single day. Let us begin our countdown of these 5 life-changing night habits that will protect your muscles and restore your vitality, starting with habit number 5, which is incorporating the golden healing magic of a specialized anti-inflammatory bedtime beverage, specifically turmeric milk. Turmeric is one of the most thoroughly researched natural powerhouses on the planet, containing an active compound called curcumin, which is an absolute game-changer for older adults struggling with joint pain, stiffness, and the microscopic muscle inflammation that prevents proper healing. When your muscles are inflamed from the simple wear and tear of daily activities, your body cannot efficiently rebuild them, meaning that any effort you put into staying active is wasted if you do not actively fight that internal fire. Curcumin works at the molecular level to shut down the inflammatory pathways that degrade muscle tissue, acting as a soothing balm for your entire musculoskeletal system. But there is a crucial catch. Curcumin is notoriously difficult for the human body to absorb on its own. To unlock its full potential, you must pair it with a compound called piperine, which is naturally found in black pepper, a simple addition that has been scientifically proven to increase the absorption of curcumin by an astonishing 2,000%. By gently warming a cup of milk, which naturally contains some protein, and stirring in a teaspoon of high-quality turmeric powder along with a tiny pinch of black pepper, you create a deliciously comforting nighttime elixir that aggressively fights inflammation while you sleep. Drinking this golden milk about an hour before bed not only helps to relax your nervous system, but it floods your tissues with powerful antioxidants that protect your muscle cells from oxidative stress, ensuring that your body spends the night repairing rather than degrading. Moving on to habit number 4 in our countdown to stronger muscles, we have the strategic consumption of an omega and magnesium-rich evening snack, specifically utilizing a small serving of tuna in olive oil or a spoonful of pure almond butter. One of the primary reasons older adults experience accelerated muscle loss and severe nocturnal muscle cramps is a deficiency in healthy cellular fats and vital minerals that govern muscle contraction and relaxation. Tuna packed in extra virgin olive oil is an incredibly inexpensive, budget-friendly source of high-quality protein and omega-3 fatty acids, which act as a powerful lubricant for your cell membranes, improving the efficiency of nutrient transport into your muscle fibers. If you prefer a plant-based option before bed, consuming a large spoonful of natural almond butter provides a brilliant combination of healthy fats, protein, and a massive dose of dietary magnesium. Magnesium is the ultimate relaxation mineral. It commands your muscle fibers to release tension, actively preventing those agonizing middle-of-the-night calf cramps that violently rip you out of your deep sleep cycles and leave your muscles sore for days. When you consume these specific healthy fats before bed, they also slow down your digestion, ensuring a steady, prolonged release of nutrients into your bloodstream, which places a protective shield around your muscle tissue and tells your body that it does not need to resort to catabolism for energy. Transitioning to habit number 3, we introduce a scientifically validated method for triggering the deepest, most restorative phases of sleep while simultaneously flooding your body with muscle-protecting compounds, drinking a small glass of tart cherry juice. You might be completely shocked to learn that the quality of your sleep is just as important for building and maintaining muscle as the food you eat or the exercises you perform, because it is only during deep, slow-wave sleep that your pituitary gland releases human growth hormone, the master hormone responsible for tissue repair and muscle protein synthesis. As we age, our natural production of sleep-regulating hormones drastically declines, leading to fragmented, restless nights that completely disrupt this vital healing process, leaving our muscles vulnerable to rapid breakdown. Tart cherry juice is a natural miracle for this exact problem, as it is one of the very few food sources on Earth that contains naturally occurring melatonin, the hormone that directly dictates your circadian rhythm and commands your brain to enter a state of deep, restorative slumber. Furthermore, tart cherries are absolutely packed with specialized antioxidants called anthocyanins, which give the fruit its deep red color and serve as aggressive scavengers of the free radicals that damage muscle cells during the night. By drinking just 4 to 8 ounces of pure, unsweetened tart cherry juice about 30 minutes before you plan to go to sleep, you are naturally inducing a state of profound rest while simultaneously delivering a payload of anthocyanins that reduce muscle soreness, decrease cellular inflammation, and create the perfect internal environment for nighttime muscle preservation. Now we arrive at habit number 2, which is perhaps one of the most effective and universally recommended dietary interventions for stopping nighttime muscle loss in its tracks. Consuming a serving of plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt right before your head hits the pillow. To understand why this is such a powerful habit, you must understand the difference between fast-acting proteins and slow-acting proteins, and how they interact with your body's overnight fasting period. Greek yogurt is exceptionally rich in a specific type of dairy protein known as casein protein, which has a unique molecular structure that causes it to coagulate and form a thick, slow, digesting gel when it interacts with the natural acids in your stomach. Unlike other proteins that are rapidly absorbed and utilized within an hour or two, this casein gel takes a massive 5 to 7 hours to fully break down, perfectly matching the duration of your sleep cycle. As it slowly digests throughout the night, it acts like a biological foredrip, continuously releasing a steady stream of essential amino acids directly into your bloodstream, completely eliminating the threat of the catabolic cliff. Because your body has a constant, reliable supply of external amino acids arriving from the digesting Greek yogurt, it has absolutely no reason to attack and break down your precious muscle tissue for fuel, effectively putting a hard stop to the progression of sarcopenia. This simple, delicious, and incredibly cheap habit transforms your sleep from a period of dangerous muscle deterioration into a period of sustained muscle nourishment. And when you wake up in the morning, your muscles will be fuller, more resilient, and ready to support your active lifestyle. Finally, we reached the absolute pinnacle of nighttime muscle protection. Habit number 1. The most scientifically potent, powerfully effective intervention you can possibly implement to guarantee you maintain your strength and independence as you age. Drinking a high-quality whey protein isolate shake specifically formulated to trigger overnight muscle growth. While casein protein is brilliant for preventing muscle breakdown, whey isolate is the undisputed king of actively building new muscle tissue, acting as the ultimate anabolic trigger for your aging body. The secret to whey protein's unmatched power lies in its exceptionally high concentration of a specific branched-chain amino acid called leucine, which is the singular most important nutrient for older adults who want to fight back against physical frailty. Think of the muscle-building process in your body like a complex engine. You can have all the fuel in the world, but the engine will not start until you turn the key in the ignition. Leucine is that key. It directly stimulates a biological pathway known as the mammalian target of rapamycin, or mTOR, which acts as the master switch that forcefully turns on the process of muscle protein synthesis. As we age, our muscles become stubbornly resistant to this signal, a condition known as anabolic resistance, meaning that we require significantly larger doses of leucine than younger people just to trigger the exact same muscle-building response. By consuming a rapidly absorbing whey isolate drink shortly before bed, you are forcefully overriding this age-related resistance, flooding your system with a massive spike of leucine that commands your body to rebuild, repair, and strengthen your muscle fibers while you rest. Whey isolate is particularly beneficial because it has had almost all of the fats and lactose filtered out, making it incredibly gentle on older digestive systems, preventing any bloating or discomfort that might disrupt your crucial sleep cycles. When you combine the anabolic power of whey isolate with the steady protection of casein, the deep sleep induced by tart cherry juice, the magnesium-rich nourishment of almond butter, and the anti-inflammatory magic of turmeric milk, you create an absolutely impenetrable fortress around your muscle tissue. You no longer have to accept physical decline as an unavoidable life sentence, and you no longer have to live in fear of losing your freedom, your mobility, or your ability to enjoy a vibrant, active life with your children and grandchildren. The struggle of aging is largely a battle of daily habits, and by taking control of the specific hours before you go to sleep, you are taking control of your future physical reality, ensuring that you remain strong, capable, and fiercely independent for decades to come. I encourage you to look at these 5 habits not as a daunting list of chores, but as empowering tools, simple additions to your evening routine that require very little effort but deliver completely life-altering results. Try implementing just one of these brilliant habits tonight, perhaps starting with the comforting ritual of golden milk or the delicious simplicity of a Greek yogurt snack, and simply observe how your body responds over the next few weeks. You will be absolutely shocked at how much more energy you have in the mornings, how the lingering stiffness in your joints begins to vanish, and how a newfound sense of stability and strength returns to your daily movements. You have the knowledge, you have the science-backed strategies, and now you have the power to protect your body from the hidden enemy of nighttime muscle loss, securing a future filled with health, vitality, and the joyous freedom of a strong, capable physical form. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on future videos. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let me know what you think.